Good morning students. Today we will discuss derivation of formulas. First formula is derivative using forward difference formula. For this formula we need Newton's forward interpolation formula. You must remember this formula from the previous chapter. So this formula is like this: y is y naught plus p delta y naught p minus 1 by 2 factorial del square y naught and other factors in the continuation. Suppose this is our equation 1 where we know what is p. P is x minus x naught divided by h, where this h is a step size, x is our variable, x naught is the initial point. We will differentiate this equation 1 with respect to p. So derivative with respect to p करेंगे तो y the derivative बनूंगा, this will become dy by dp. This y naught is constant, so derivative is 0. Derivative of p is 1 into the constant factor. The derivative of p is 1 into the factor p minus 1. Derivative of p minus 1 is 1 into p, and the solution of this factor will become p and coefficient of p add kariye, then will be 2p minus 1 into del square y naught. Similarly we can differentiate this. It is 1 by 6 derivative of p 1 into the product of two other factor using the product rule of derivatives. Then derivative of p minus 1 will be 1, product of rest of two factors. Derivative of p minus 2 is 1, the product of rest of two factors, into the factor del cube y naught. Now we will solve the product of these factors. This product will come out to be p square minus p minus 2p plus 2. Similarly, the product of these factors, now we can equate the coefficients of p square, adding the coefficients of p and the constant. So this will become our equation. So we need to find the derivative at the point x is equal to x naught. So remember what was the value of p? X minus x naught divided by h. So when we will put x is equal to x naught, then this p will become x naught minus x naught divided by h, that is equal to 0. So at the point x is equal to x naught, p will be equal to 0. If we need to find the dy by dx at the point x is equal to x naught, then we have to substitute p is equal to 0. So now, till now we have calculated the value of dy by dp, which is our equation 2. Now we will come to the derivative dy by dx. We can split this dy by dx as dy by dp into dp by dx. This is called chain rule. Now the value of p was x minus x naught divided by h. Differentiate this with respect to x. So dp by dx will become derivative of x is 1, constant factor. Derivative of x naught is 0. So dp by dx is 1 by h. So what is our dy by dx now? dp by dx factor the value बन गई अपने को 1 by h, and now we will substitute this dy by dp from the previous equation 2. Okay, we are using here equation 2, not equation 1, equation 2. So now we will put p is equal to 0 to find dy by dx at x is equal to x naught. Means at x is equal to x naught derivative find करना है, then we will put p is equal to 0 in this equation. तो इसके अंदर ऐसे p नु 0 पर दिए. So this dy by dx at x is equal to x naught is the factor 1 by h. Value of p is 0. P is 0, the first factor will remain there. P is 0 minus 1 by 2 factor into del square y naught will be there. P 0 2 by 6 factor nu reduce कर लिया into del cube y naught and the rest of factors. So this will be our formula for the first derivative at the point x is equal to x naught. Now we will obtain formula for the second derivative at the point x is equal to x naught. Formula is same. When x is equal to x naught, we will put p is equal to 0. So we were having this dy by dx, value of dy by dx from the previous equation. For finding the second derivative, we will differentiate the first derivative with respect to x. So left hand side will become d square y by dx square, and derivative of the right hand side with respect to x. So instead of differentiating with respect to x, we will split this derivative into, we will write ddx as ddp into dp by dx. So instead of differentiating with respect to x, we will differentiate this whole factor with respect to p, because this is a factor involving values of p. And so ddp आ जाएगा इसके नाल and into dp by dx. And we know what is value for dp by dx. It is 1 by h. Therefore, what will be our double derivative? 1 by h square, the derivative of the factor with respect to p. तो इसका p ਦੇ ਨਾਲ derivative करोगे तो what will happen, this is a constant factor, its derivative will be equal to 0. Derivative with respect to p, so this will be 2 by 2 cancel, so we are left with del square y naught. Derivative with respect to p करोगे it will be 6p minus 6 divided by 6, 6 नु common करके cancel कर दोगे into del cube y naught. Similarly derivative with respect to p for the rest of factors and substitute dp by dx to be 1 by h. एक 1 by h factor इत्थे पे आई कित्थों आ जाएगा, so we will get 1 by h square factor and the derivative. ठीक है जी. So this is how we have taken all the derivatives. So the second derivative at the point x is equal to x naught will be, this is the formula. And when we will use this formula, we will use this formula when the point x is equal to x naught lies in the beginning of the table. The rest of two formulas are similar to this formula, so you can also try those formulas.